Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni is receiving backlash for the decision he has made, and that decision is promoting his son Muhoozi to be the army chief. And the reason behind the backlash is it is because people are suspecting that he is grooming his son to become the next president of Uganda. This is what Honorable Barnabas, an MP for Buyaga West constituency, said about it.
That whereas we have been supporting his father, and we do still support him, we are not ready to support General Muhoozi. President Museveni, you have been around for very many years as a president. God has been kind to you. Ugandans have been kind to you. Don't abuse our goodwill. And don't think that the goodwill we have had for you is the goodwill we are going to give to your son. If you are breaking, if you are not living by the law, when you are just an aspirant, when you become a full one, will you obey the law? Are we not going to see another Amin in this country? We are not in politics to clap hands for a particular family. We are in politics to ensure that there is sanity. When we see a serving army officer coming out contrary to the Constitution, Article 208, and contrary to UPDF Act, Section 99, which requires that anyone in a uniform, should you desire to participate in politics, you have to resign or retire from the army. We are asking President Museveni, why are you doing this to us? What are you trying to tell this country? Or you are trying to confirm what you earlier said, that for you these documents are just nothing. These ideals were passed on to us by Ugandans who fought dearly at independence, for us to attain independence. We would want any subsequent leader to preserve the Constitution. When this matter of breaking the Constitution is being done by your son, you leave us with very many questions. Yes, you want your son to succeed you, but why don't you follow a normal procedure? What is difficult? Why do you want to keep in the army and at the same time aspire for political office? What is difficult? Is there unfinished business Muhoozi has to do in UPDF? If it is there, then you tell him to wait. If you feel, and the way we are seeing events turning out, that you want your son to succeed you, then tell him to resign from the army and respect the laws of this country. Now, the evidence before us is overwhelming that President Museveni is carrying out two campaigns, his own campaign and the campaign of his son. And we are inviting all Ugandans to look at that scenario of being power hungry. Does he want to turn this country into a monarchy? Maybe we can change the constitution and establish a kingdom where President Museveni is the king. And then his son will properly ascend to the throne as a crown prince. But the way the constitution is, or the precedents that we have seen in this country, Uganda is not yet a monarchy.
As you heard, he's telling President Museveni to follow the procedures and to follow the law. Basically, Muhoozi is being groomed, allegedly. And he's also shared his intention when it comes to getting into office before. It's not new information. But what the MP is saying is that you should do it the right way. Even if you want your son to succeed you, there's a way to go about it. You can't just decide to do that and still appoint him as the army chief when there's a clear law about it, and he cannot serve in the army and still run for the presidency. So he has to choose. Why is he not resigning? And these are valid reasons. As the president, if you are supporting your son to run for the presidency, you have to abide by the rule and law and the constitution. If you don't follow the constitution and you're the top guy, you're our leader, what example is this setting for other people? It's valid. And he also said that this is not a monarchy, which, I mean, yeah, it's not a monarchy. Uganda is supposed to be a democratic country, and Museveni has been in power for 30 plus years, even though a lot of people still like him and support him. And as the MP said, they still want to be nice to him because they feel like they owe him that much. He's done some good. He overstayed, right? But he's done some good, and people still appreciate the things that he has done for them. As well as we've seen recently how he could really stand up for what he believes in, and he doesn't care the backlash. He doesn't care if the West is threatening him. That's a good quality to have. But at the same time, you still are under the law. You're not above the law. Nobody's above the law. And considering that his son has almost caused a war, maybe a war is a stretch, but there was clearly tension between Kenya and Uganda because of his own son. He tweeted that it would take him and his army just 2 weeks to take over Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Like, imagine saying this, and you're supposed to be the general commander for Uganda. And now it looks like the Ugandan government, which is his father, right, President Museveni, they are distancing themselves from his tweet. It's rumored that his position has been taken away from him. He was the commander of the country's land force. Like, this man has a big position. Not to mention, he's the son of the president. Let's not even go there, why he has this position. The only reason why he has this position is because his daddy is the president. So now this man is talking about invading Kenya. It would take us 2 weeks. Like, what? Where is diplomacy? Like, where has it gone? And not to mention, this is going to be seen as a threat, a national security threat. Like, Kenya has to take this seriously. He said that after the backlash, he's joking, but Kenyans are not taking this lightly. So Museveni needs to be careful. At the end of the day, if you've served your people 30 plus years and they're still treating you well and they're still putting you on a pedestal, I think it's good for him to walk away from this with his dignity, with the love that he has gathered from his people, and just don't ruin it, don't spoil it for yourself. I think that's the biggest take from what Honorable Barnabas said. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this story. I am Wongel Zelalem.